We have all heard about the Asian brown cloud, that brown blanket of pollution that blocks the sun, or asthma, a condition that so many of our children are now suffering from, or the way that our eyes burn at the end of the day just from walking in the streets. Well, this is caused by our dependence on fossil fuels, and it's time to make a change. It's time to shift to zero. One very real way to get us closer to Shunya is a shift towards zero emission vehicles. Follow us to Bangalore and find out for yourself how these tiny electric cars are setting a big example for the future of mobility.
The deafening noise pollution,
solutions that were absolutely clean, that were going to be affordable, and that people could use and make a shift in how we think of how our city should be.
India's first electric car Reva, conceived during Mani's college days, befits today and answers the future of mobility. Mahindra E20 is a car that makes a dramatic shift from the cars that are dependent on the depleting resource of fossil fuels to the abundantly available solar energy in order to reduce emissions.
You talk of a vehicle that's fully connected online to your mobile device. You talk of a vehicle that has a full 6.2-inch touchscreen which can access your entire car information. We talk of a vehicle that's silent to use. We talk of a vehicle that uses no energy and fuel on this area. We talk of a vehicle that doesn't need maintenance on this front. So it's not just of a current car. It's actually a different concept that is giving a set of conveniences to customers who haven't seen today on this area.
Fully automatic, easy to maneuver and park, the car runs on batteries. And unlike other electric vehicles, Mahindra E20 has an onboard charger to facilitate easy charging. Impressed? But still, the real solution lies in its salient features.
Today the car doesn't need oil filters, air filters, spark plugs, radiators, changes. So all the maintenance has gone away completely from the car. So to us, the future needs to be all of this. It needs to be clean, it needs to be convenient, it needs to be connected, it needs to be clever and cost-effective.
A cost-effective and a convenient source of commuting, the Mahindra E20 has a lot of satisfied customers.
Biggest benefit, zero emission. Second biggest benefit, no petrol required or no fuel required. That has been the biggest benefit. Finally, you want to go out and you feel you have gone all around Bangalore on a weekend. You don't want to feel, I'm wasting petrol, wasting my fuel. That has been the biggest feel-good factor.
An eco-friendly car that comes out of an equally eco-friendly factory that is designed to reduce waste and pollution. Enabling the company to keep its philosophy of zero emissions intact. Moreover, the platinum certified automobile plant also has efficient manufacturing processes unique to E2O.
The car is made in a very unique way in terms of assembly. So only 28 steps are required to assemble the whole car. Because what we do is we actually bond the body together, which is very rarely done. This is done more on the new planes and new spaceships and new racing cars. So we use a similar technology to put the vehicle together. So there is no welding, and the bonding enables to be very strong and of course seals the vehicles from Indian monsoons.
Ushering in the era of smart cars in the Indian auto sector and rubbing shoulders with foreign auto giants, Mahindra E2O is a concept of frugal engineering that intends to remain fueled with zero emissions.
We import 85% of our oil. Why can't we make that zero? We pollute. Why can't that be zero? The E2O today is a solution in a car that's zero emitting, a solution in technology of what we call the run to sun, where using the sun's energy you can power your car in an affordable manner, generate your energy, be pollution free, be energy sufficient. And to me, that's the way we have to go in the future. That's what we owe to our future generations, is ensuring we put our zeros here and not just reduce, but completely eliminate and use the philosophy of zero to the maximum.
Currently, we have completed over 19,000 kilometers of recently built 4 or 6 lane highways. These highways connect many of our manufacturing, commercial and cultural centers. But having said that, India still lags behind many countries in terms of construction of roads as well as the safety of our roads. GR Infra is a surface transportation infrastructure company that is paving the way to achieve two things: zero accident
that roads in India need close attention.
To maintain the pace of the Indian development, the economical development in the country, better roads are very important. So with the current state, it requires a lot of improvements and a lot of upgradation.
Most highway roads in India are built with bitumen, using different kinds of aggregates. And this is where the X factor for the durability of roads in India comes in. Bitumen is mixed with polymers to enhance the durability and strength of roads to make polymer modified bitumen. DuPont collaborates with major road construction companies like IL&FS and GR Infra projects to pave the way for an India where smooth and durable roads are a reality.
We supply a family of products which are used for bitumen modification in the road industry. Bitumen is also commonly known as dambar or coal tar to a lot of us. Bitumen by itself is not a very strong material. It gets mixed with sand and stone, which is again laid on the road on which we all ride. DuPont's polymers help enhance the properties of bitumen so that the bitumen is more flexible. And what that means is the roads are now capable of taking more vehicular roads and are more consistent when they are exposed to a wide variety of temperatures.
Nestled in the picturesque Aravalis in the heart of Rajasthan is this part of the Ringas-Sikar Highway Road, which is being built. Leading road construction company GR Infra Projects is the contractor for this stretch. And while they have pan-India road projects, each region they maintain has its own particular challenges.
The climatic variations across the country, it differs. One is the climatic variation. Talk of Kashmir, it varies from -5 degree, -10 degree to it goes up to 30 degree, 25 degree. So that is one parameter. Second is now the axle load, which normally is specified in the Indian Road Congress. It says 7 ton or 9 ton, and roads are designed for that. But if you see the actual movement on the roads, there is no check on the overloading part. So if you don't have a check on the overloading part, you tend to defeat the road design which has been considered to make that road.
GR Infra Projects has used dew point of Indians who travel by road a safe and a comfortable ride, and at the same time providing a solution for minimum road maintenance.
Every 5 years, if you are going to renew the road, probably you are using lot of aggregate, you are using lot of natural resources. But if you defer your renewal period, if that is possible, nothing like it.
To me, Power of Shunya in this context is all about zero repairs and maintenance. With new material technologies and the new experiences that we can bring to road construction and the way materials are applied on the road, we will slowly but steadily move towards a stage where we are much better and superior when it comes to developing roads that are less susceptible to repairs and maintenance.
The dream of an upwardly mobile India will remain just a dream if it comes at the risk of your safety on the road and the polluting cities we live in. Through this episode, we have brought you face to face with 3 companies whose mission is to make vehicles more energy efficient and pave the way for safe roads. From building a safe network on highways to the vehicles that ply on those roads, these companies believe it is possible to have the best of both the worlds. More cars on safer roads with lesser emission. That is the power of Shunya. If you too have an innovation that is solving or has the potential to solve some of the biggest problems we are facing today, you can write into us at powerofshunya13@timesgroup.com. This could earn you a chance to feature on this show. Until next week, it's me, Anupam Kher, saying goodbye. Stay inspired. Did you know that only about 15% of the energy from the fuel you put in your tank is used to move your car or run accessories such as air conditioning? The rest of the energy is lost to engine and inefficiencies. In fact, in vehicles that run on petrol or diesel, over 62% of fuel's energy is lost in the internal combustion engine. Minimizing this wastage is this technology that is striving to achieve zero carbon emissions and zero energy loss.
Kaushik Shah has been regularly driving to work for almost 10 years. Sitting through grueling traffic jams or managing the rumbling of his car engine was a daily affair. But his driving experience changed for the better 18 months ago.
The Revolo kit was installed on my car since past 1.5 years, and so far it has clocked more than 20,000 kilometers, and it is giving a fantastic result. So last 1.5 years it is giving me 30%, more than 30% fuel efficiency benefit, and more on that, it's giving a driving pleasure. The cost benefit which you get, that is phenomenal.
At a time when the country is reeling under rising fuel prices, here comes a smart technology that could transform your cars into fuel-efficient vehicles.
Revolo is, you could define as a plug-in parallel hybrid. And so essentially what it does is that it helps the vehicle to run on the normal fuel like petrol or diesel plus electricity. So it's a combination of these two which helps to run the vehicle. And it reduces the fuel consumption by about 35%. It reduces the emission by about 30%. And it could reduce your fuel cost by about 25%.
So what exactly is Revolo? It's a plug-in hybrid kit that can be plugged into vehicles to tweak its engine efficiency.
The edge of the product is basically intelligent use of an external source, which is electricity, to optimize the base engine as well as to bring down the emissions overall.
Developed by KPIT Technologies Limited, this hybrid retrofit system can be easily installed in most vehicles in less than 6 hours.
When you look at a vehicle, there are basically two core areas or two sides of the vehicle which we operate on. The batteries which go in the boot along with a few other components, the motor which goes in the hood or under the, along with the engine up ahead, and the wiring harness which connects all the various components together. So what happens here is that the batteries go in along with a few critical components. So for example, this is the electronic control unit. This is basically the brain of the system which ensures that the vehicle and the system which is new into the vehicle works seamlessly with the vehicle. Now coming up ahead, the next critical component which goes in is actually the motor. Now the motor is installed in a particularly interesting manner. This is what we do here is that we install the motor without taking anything out of the vehicle. Now that's very important for somebody who is giving their existing vehicle to you to make modifications to. So we ensure that we take nothing out of the vehicle other than one pulley which has to be replaced. All the original components stay in, we just add our components on top of existing components. So now what happens is all the new components which are going in are to be connected to each other, right? Which is basically the wiring harness or the wires which go in. We have identified the right routes to ensure that the cables which are put in don't interfere with any of the existing cables, also don't interfere with each other. You have power cables which are taking the power, and you have the control cables.
This kit includes a clever battery management system, battery pack, electric motor controller, electric motor, and the mechanical assembly.
The motor is controlled by what is called as a motor controller. Now the motor controller is a component which we buy out, and it's a very robust and reliable product because it's extremely important that it works in a very fail-safe manner. How the motor controller will run the motor is decided by our electronic control unit or ECU. That's our design, that's our product. Now, one of the things we have done here is that this actually has an inbuilt SIM card in it. So all the data of the vehicle as well as our system is continuously sent to a central server which we can do a lot of analysis of. There's a lot of services we can provide based on that. So that's an integrated part of our electronic control unit. Naturally, the electronic control unit decides how the motor will operate, but the power for the electronic units comes from the battery pack. So that's another critical subsystem we have. The battery pack is managed by our electronic control unit from a battery life, battery power, battery performance point of view.
The benefits of Revolo are many. It gives a fuel efficient improvement of over 35%, saves fuel costs by up to 25% and reduces greenhouse gas emissions by over 30%. What's more, the solution is fuel agnostic, which means it can be adopted for both petrol and diesel vehicles.
We believe that whatever we do has to be sustainable. When you say it should be sustainable, means it has to be environmentally sustainable and it has to be economically sustainable. To be environmentally sustainable, its carbon footprint has to be very low. We believe that this will significantly reduce the carbon footprint. The second thing is the inclusive part. If we want to make a real impact on our society, the solution has to be affordable and it has to be applicable. It has to be applicable to many vehicles all across. So I think the combination of these two, in my opinion, is the power of Shunya.
A built-in system of intelligence, Revolo keeps up to its promise of enhancing your driving experience with minimal emissions and zero energy losses.